Most cops rely on evidence to solve cases. Me, I make my own. That day, I threw on a bulletproof vest and went after the kidnapper's hideout alone. I kicked down the front door and took out the lookout before he knew what hit him. Then I kicked open the bathroom door. The guy sitting on the toilet didn't even have time to react before I put him down. One of his buddies heard the commotion and fired a shot at me. Good thing I was wearing the vest. I circled through the next room into the living room and dropped the last kidnapper. Once I made sure the place was clear, I started staging the scene. I shoved a gun into the kidnapper's hand and fired 2 shots toward the door, just enough to make it look like I'd returned fire in self-defense. When I finished, I walked over to a hidden door and opened it. Inside were 2 girls, tied up. Not long ago, my partner was murdered. The killer is still out there. Since then, I swore I'd avenge him, and I've been dealing with criminals my own way ever since. After rescuing those hostages, my colleagues looked at me with nothing but respect. Soon, reporters swarmed the scene. My boss John didn't chew me out for going rogue. Instead, he played it up for the cameras. He didn't care whether operations were by the book. All that mattered was closing cases fast. So whenever I stepped out of line, John quietly made the problems disappear. But Mike didn't see it that way. He called me out for breaking the rules, said criminals deserve their day in court. I told him some people just deserve to die. We didn't exactly part on good terms. The next day, John told me I was being pulled from the squad. Mike had reported me to internal affairs. The moment I heard that, I wanted to beat the hell out of him. I got up to go after Mike, but my colleagues held me back. John talked me down, and I sat back in my chair, but I wasn't about to let it go. That afternoon, I followed Mike to a grocery store, planning to rough him up. Then a car caught my eye, 2 masked men inside. I sensed trouble right away and rushed into the store to warn Mike, but he jumped me first. He thought I was there for payback. No matter how hard I tried to explain, he wouldn't listen. That's when the gunman opened fire. I drew my weapon and shot back, but in the chaos, one of my bullets hit Mike. The shooters took advantage and riddled him with bullets. I was out of ammo, all I could do was watch them escape. When the cops arrived, they locked down the scene. The surveillance footage, combined with my stray shot, made me look guilty as hell. But John decided to bail me out. He had me steal the surveillance disc, and with some maneuvering on his end, the whole thing got reframed as a backup operation gone wrong. Still, guilt eats at me. I've made up my mind I'm going to avenge Mike.